guys, Boone Headshot here. Welcome back. Showcasing Darkflame Cleft today. One thing to mention about Darkflame Cleft off the rip is to make sure that you're paying attention going up to that first boss, because on that approach, this is like the biggest part of the dungeon that can end a run right here off the bat. So you're gonna see us start to utilize line of sight and interrupts and gathers at certain timed intervals to get all of the groups back together, because the Overseer's Wild Wallop that you're about to watch knocks everybody away. So, as DPS, make sure that you are interrupting, kicking, stunning, or gripping in the enemies to keep them gathered, because Wild Wallop is a pain of the dungeon. So as you can see there, they're all getting knocked away. What you can do and what you should be doing is utilizing line of sight. You're gonna see us go up and grab the adds for the next pack and bring them back to that pillar. It will force all of the adds to come close since they can't see us. You've got the casters that cast spells. You've got the mole herds that throw rocks whenever they're too far from anybody. And utilizing line of sight like this to force them all together is the way to do it. Now, Wild Wallop is specifically designed to try to make that harder on us. So all you have to do is switch sides of the pillar to get them to come all back to you. When you do this, as the healer, make sure you're in a position to still see everybody. And when you're DPS, make sure that you don't run to the other side of the pillar like what you're seeing here, unless you have the health to do so and nothing's on you, because you will go down pretty quick. So we are trying to hide again. As you see us start to move, there were two casters way out there. Here they come now. Kick goes out to try to bring them in just a little bit farther. So that is the concept going up to boss 1. Rinse and repeat line of sight, utilizing these pillars. You just saw the Demon Hunter use his chains right after Wild Wallop, pulled them back in midair. That was pretty neat to watch. So, if you've got certain things that can pull the adds in, it does work after that cast goes off and while the adds are still in the air. Moving on to the boss here. Lots of adds. He will spawn a cart that you must blow up in time, or it will explode and kill the raid. It'll be on one of the 4 sides of the track. He constantly spawns adds for this. So as a rogue, do everything you can to get as many ruptures out, up to 5. The number is 5. The carts will hurt the adds, as well as when he does his charge and rocks come down, the rocks will kill the adds as well. Do not forget about energy sniping that you just watched there. If an ad's about to die, try to put a rupture on them. When they die, you'll get refunded a great amount of energy. It is one way to keep your energy high during this fight, is making sure you maintain ruptures on all those adds. If you get a red arrow above your head for his charge, make sure that you get him to charge into a pillar. You can actually reset the boss here if you're not careful. If he charges too far away, depending on where you're positioned and where the charge happens. So be mindful of that. Before we started this dungeon, we discussed with the party that we will be attempting the Court of Candle King skip, and when we get up there we will be talking about it. I recommend that we do it. As the keys get higher, the Candle King Court, like the mini boss before Candle King, is difficult to deal with, so it's easier to just skip him, and you do that by pulling extra mobs in this room for your percentage. Lots of casts on this pole. Interrupt what you can. Try to time your blind with everybody else's AoE interrupts to reduce as much damage as possible from those casters. As we go into the Candle boss, very interesting mechanic. Lots of things happen. We'll try to go through them all here as best as possible to give you the best chance of bringing him down in case you are confused on how he works. Alright, so starting this boss, he does an AoE pulse right there. when you get the red arrows, make sure that you light up as many candles as possible to give you more room. As you can see, a lit candle makes the area safe. And now you have to blow out the candles. Ideally, you only want to blow out one. The more you blow out, the more of a dot goes on the party for the healer. If you do not blow out the candles, the entire room turns lava like that, and it's a raid wipe. So you want to light up as many as possible, and you want to only blow out one. From there, the process repeats with an AoE blast that you should be using Feint or Cloak on. You can get away with blowing out a couple candles, but blowing out one is ideal. So pretty easy fight once you understand how everything works. A lot of dancing, a lot of defensives. And he goes down. Are seeing us go for the skip here. So you can go around this whole group. We have a priest helping with soothe. You have to try to jump at an angle just like that to land on top of the railing. Shaman screwed it up, but that's okay. As long as your healer made it through, you can get healed or you can get resurrected up here, which is what you'll see. Even with this fumble and 3 of us going down, it is still faster. To do this skip, it is still faster to do this skip than actually trying to take on the Candleking Court mini boss. as we start the Candle King fight. He will do a interrupt that you need to be watching for, and he creates wax molds of everybody. When you get picked for the pickaxe, you should be aiming for the one that is farthest from the group, because the second mechanic, as you can see, are those purple circles, and after the debuff timer for those purple circles run out, it will destroy those other molds. The boss then adds more molds, and this process repeats. The more molds that are out, the more damage you will take. So use his pickaxe throw to take out the ones that are by themselves, and use the AoE mechanic to grab the ones that are grouped up. That'll mitigate as much damage as possible. This fight can really get away from you if you let too many molds sit around for too long. So a lot of AoE damage going out. Now we move on to the minecart phase. Don't jump in the minecart till everybody's ready. If you get too close to it, it will take off. And there are several adds along the minecart's path that will drain the candlelight's power. You'll have to go and grab recharging candles, and get close enough to turn the candle back on. Candle's path, I believe, is random every time, so it could go to the left or right to start, and crisscross applesauce all the way to the boss. You've got two different adds here with a lot of health. You've got the creepers and you've got the horrors. Both of them will do different things to drain the candlelight's power. You just want to DPS them down here as quickly as possible, and if you notice the percentage on your candle getting low, run out and grab a new candle to recharge it. As we start to approach the final boss here, the first phase of it really isn't part of the fight itself, but you end up throwing dynamite at it, as I'm sure you're all aware. I believe a perfect run is 19 hits, but if you're at 17 or 18, you did pretty good too. Alright, so as we get up to this final boss here, he does several things around a candle that you can move. You have to be in that candlelight in order to do damage. If you are out of the candlelight in the darkness, your damage that you do and the healing that you receive is reduced by like 99%. So make sure you are in the light. Same for healers. Healers have to be in the light in order to get to get healings out. Start by moving the candle closer to the boss. Give yourself an easier chance to run it. We seem to have some problems getting the candle started, but once it's in position, the tank should be grabbing it and moving it. If you get that purple circle around you, make sure that you do not let it touch the candle or your friends. And when the boss does that laser beam, make sure you move the candle. It is trying to turn the candle off. After that AoE pulse, your candle will be close to depleted. Make sure you recharge. It's a good time to go and do it if you get that circle. You don't need to be in the candlelight in the first place. Now what you can start to do is prepare for that pulse that goes out as you saw it. It will pulse purple. You can have a candle ready to go sitting on the outside of that perimeter of the candle. You can see that yellow dotted line, as you're about to see here. overall, this boss is a challenge if you don't quite understand how it all works. He did not like me at all. This is like the third or fourth time I've gotten that purple circle. But as long as you're timing it correctly and moving the candle, it can go off pretty easily. The big challenge is just making sure that you time out a candle for that pulse. When the candle gets down to 0, it will fear everybody. So if you get feared, it's because the candle went down to 0. As you can see there, I got back in at like 2%, so saved everybody just in time. That is the fight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.